All right, today's notes are on 2-3. 2-3 is kind of an introduction to other concepts, and we're really just going to skim 2-3 for our class as well. So this is not a very thorough 2-3 lesson, but hopefully it reviews some things that you know, and we'll show you how we're going to use them in our classroom or begin to introduce them to you in geometry. And so here's the vocabulary words. Anytime we do polygon, it's a 2D shape. So if I'm talking about a rectangle or a square, those are very specific kinds of polygons, right? We have quadrilaterals. I just named two specific quadrilaterals, triangles, pentagons, hexagons, heptagons, octagons, nonagons, decagons. And so we can keep going, but all of those are types of polygons. If I am going to find the sum of the sides, the edges of the polygon added together, all right, that's called the perimeter. And then the space on the inside, the square units that occupy the interior of the polygon, is known as the area. And today we're going to focus really on just these two. All right, rectangles, 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. And so for this purposes, real quick here, this would be like the length, and this would be like the width. Well, they match. This would be the width then, this would be the length then. All right. And for the area, you just do length times width. Triangle, you just add the 3 sides together. All right, for the perimeter. All right, a lot of times people will call the sides like this, we'll call like this side A, this side B, and this side C, and you just add A plus B plus C. And a half times base times height. So base can be any of the sides. And so real quick, this could be like the base right here. If that's the base, though, you got to be real careful. The height is what goes directly up. The altitude of the triangle is what goes directly up to the top of the triangle at a 90-degree angle. So if I use the base, right, so that's why it's easier to use a right triangle for the beginning lessons, because that could be the base, and that can go straight up to the top, and so that could be the height. And so this is a rectangle example. Find the perimeter. So now this is in a coordinate plane. Luckily, they give me the coordinates right here. And so A is 1, 3, B is 7, 3. And so I can count it out. And 1 to 7 here is 6 units long. And this side goes from 7, 3 down to 7, negative 3, while going from 3 down to negative 3 or negative 3 up to 3 is also 6 units long. And so these sides will match. And so I could just count them all up. I could do 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. No matter how you do it, you should get the final answer is 24 units. Right? Area is length times width. So 6 times 6 is 36. And so again, if there was some unit, this would be units. This would be units squared. Whatever the unit is squared. If it was in centimeters, it'd be centimeters squared, and so forth and so on. A triangle example. All right, this is a triangle example on a coordinate plane. To find the perimeter, right, I need to first know the sides. And so this bottom side is pretty easy. It goes right here from 2, 0 all the way back to negative 4, 0, or you can look at it either way. But that just adds up here to 6 units. For AC, I have to plug in. All right, AC, this side here, I need to plug into the distance formula. And so quick review, the distance formula is the square root of x sub 2 minus x sub 1 squared plus y sub 2 minus y sub 1 squared. And so I'm going to call this x1, y1 for this particular, and this x2, y2. And so for my x's, I'm going to do square root 0 minus 4. Sorry, minus a negative 4 squared plus 4 minus 0 squared. This becomes minus a negative. Minus a negative becomes a plus. And that's 4 squared, which is 16, plus 16, which is 32. And because we're going to work this out here, I'm going to grab a calculator real fast. And I want to type into my calculator the square root of 32. And I get that it's 5.66 after I round, or I might just call that for our purposes today 5.7. Now I'm going to do the same thing for side AB. Right. I've already called this one x2a here. I've already called x2 y2. And so I'm going to call, now for this one, I'll call this one x1 y1. And so equals square root 0 minus 2 squared plus 4 minus 0 squared. Well, negative 2 squared is just positive 4. Plus 4 squared is 16 equals the square root of 20. All right. Square root of 20, type into my calculator, 20 square root, I get 4.47, which is 4.5 for the purpose of this problem. So I have three sides, 6 plus 5.7 plus 4.5, right? And that totals out to 6 plus 5.7 is 11.7 plus 4.5 is 16.2 units for my perimeter. Area, I just do a half times the base times the height. Well, the base was 6. We called the base this side here. It was real easy to find 6. The height is real easy to find here, straight up to the top of the 4 units up. So 6 times, half times 6 times 4, half of 6 is 3. 3 times 4 is 12. And again, this will be units squared for my area. And that's where we're going to leave off today. In your workbook, if you can just show work and practice those ones, I appreciate it.